Well, property tax is a massive subject right now. That's a pretty big subject now that you mention that. I mean, Salt Lake had a huge meeting about the property taxes in Salt Lake County, and that one didn't go over very well.
It did not fly, no.
Did not go over very well. So I know with property taxes, most of that is local cities, the county. Well, what can the state do? Because I mean, I don't know how much of that's underneath your guys' purview.
Well, we have a minimum basic levy that everybody goes through and puts on their property tax. That is to go through and balance the funding, the state funding, between more wealthy counties like Summit County and then rich or Daggett or San Juan that has very little property tax base. So we use that to equalize that so students are funded the same across the state. We go through and set the policy as to what their authority is in code, because every entity is a political subdivision of the state of Utah, and their grant authority per the Constitution is from the legislature. So we say you have the authority to do X, Y, and Z, and they operate very well within that. However, as you brought up before, we've seen property tax increases, and I'll take, the Jordan School District. For the last 5 years, they've had double-digit property tax increases. Even when the legislature puts in hundreds of millions of dollars of new funding into the program, into education, raises up teacher salaries by, $4,000 to $6,000 a year, in addition to what they're doing, they still deem it important. And when that happened, to raise the property taxes, when that happens, we hear from saying, I didn't get a 27% increase in my salary. Mm-hmm. I can't afford to do that, especially those who are new young families just starting out and those who are on fixed incomes in retirement.
Well, people don't like that also because they know that these tax hikes for education never go down to where they say they will go. It's always going up to the teacher. And that's why you saw us, I think it was 4 years ago, actually do a direct allocation to the teachers, bypassing that to increase their salary.